Hello, welcome everyone to this series called Businessman's Mindset. Now, what we're going to focus in this series is how do we develop a businessman's mindset? What are the key things that we need to develop so that we start thinking like a businessman and not a gambler? See, a businessman doesn't have a very different mind than what you have. It's just that he's trained his mind to think differently, and you just need to understand how he has trained to do that. Okay, so let's go in and understand what are the things that they really focus on. So, what's a businessman and how is it relevant to trading now? See, a businessman always and always thinks of profit in his trade. There's no way that he's going to think of losses. But see, it is not possible to have a 100% strike rate where you only win. No, it's not possible. There are going to be losses. But as long as these losses are very minuscule and small, it's okay, right? So that's a businessman. Now, how does this businessman inspire you? How do you become this person where every trade that you do is profitable in nature, right? So a lot of people think it is the right stock selection. Some people think it's right strategy. Some people think it's got to be lucky day. Some people think I got to be good with numbers. Some people think there are many things they think, right? So I have been trading for last 5 years, and in these last 5 years, I have developed myself to be this trader, and I have enjoyed this process of wealth making, removing my debts in life, is because I would follow one simple principle that above everything, whether it's analytical, fundamental, technical, whatever, I want profit before everything. So I always focused on how do I make profit, right? So I'm going to show you those ingredients. I'm going to show you what are those things that you need to work on, right? See, every product sells in the market. Every businessman sells a product in the market. So we know that there are people who sell product, and we know there are products which sell. So in the same way, in a share market, there are stocks that will sell, and there are people who will buy these stocks. So these two things are 100% true, but that is exactly what sometimes you can't understand in share market. So what people do is they buy shares that are not even sellable. There's nobody to buy them. So that's where they get stuck, or they buy huge quantity of stock without realizing what should be the right price to buy or sell. But the same people who are buying these products that you see on the screen don't behave like this when they are buying products for their own personal interest. Why? Why is it that they are never like this? Because they don't understand how a businessman actually thinks. See, a businessman always first finds a product he is interested in selling. So let's take an example where I want to sell this product, a nice looking formal shoe. So that's the first thing I need, right? A product. The second thing I need to understand is what is a good buy price for this product? Means at what price should I buy this product? And the third thing he needs to understand is at what price should I sell this product? So these three things are very critical. In the stock market, this nice looking shoe can be a nice looking stock, right? And for that stock, you could have a good buy price and an excellent sell price, because your sell price minus your buy price will give you profit. Now, this is simple even till here to understand, but is even this mindset there? Let me tell you, I've met so many people who just struggle with these things. I mean, what I'm going to show you are a little more than this, but people can't decide in these three things. What stock should I buy? What should be the buy price? And what should be the sell price? So, in all my videos, coming videos and episodes, I'm going to focus on very small little nitty-gritties like this, like the buy price and the sell price. So you will learn them, but right now understand that a businessman has to know these three things. Without this, if he is trading, he's doing a crime. He's a gambler. I mean, if you're buying a product for which you don't know the sell price, you're a gambler. You are doing speculation. I mean, that's not going to give you profit every year, every time. So, have to know three things, okay? So, let's take example of an organization. How does an organization achieve the top targets that they give to themselves? There's always a team for that, right? I mean, I could think of these major 8 categories or department of people who actually work together to achieve a simple focused target, which is 20 to 30% profit. Now, you all must be working in one or the other department, or you're a businessman. So if you're working in one or the other department, how in the world are you going to learn the buy price or the sell price or what stock you should do? Because you're so busy helping your organization. So it's not your mistake if you don't have the business mindset. From childhood, nobody's trained you on this. Even if you go for your MBA education, nobody makes you an entrepreneur. Nobody says, hey, go and buy lemons and make 100 rupee profit on these lemons selling today. You don't do these small summer projects in India or anywhere. I mean, I would really want to, attend a college where every 15 days they give me a new product and ask me to sell and, make profit and come back. That is how, a mind gets developed. If you buy and sell, then your mind starts getting developed. So don't worry if you don't know the businessman's mindset. This entire video is going to give you the simple steps that you need to follow to get that mindset. Okay. So remember, what I'm trying to say is these 8 departments have helped you or your organization reach a point. They're very important. Just see what happens. In trading, you're actually doing the same things, but I am just squeezing them to 6 points. You're searching for a stock, then you're purchasing it, you're warehousing it in your demat account, then you're selling it, you're waiting for the money to come back in your account, and then you reconcile your profit and loss. So aren't you a businessman? You did the purchase, you warehoused it, and you sold it. I think the customer care piece misses over here because you're not answerable to anybody. But you are answerable to yourself, right? That why did I purchase this? And why did I purchase at this price? How long am I going to hold this? And when I am going to sell this? So before you get answers to this question, I mean, this video is for beginners who don't even know this, who don't even know and don't even understand that, oh, I have to do these 6 things to even make my first 100 rupee profit or a $2 or a $5 profit. This video is for those people who have never ever traded in their life and they want to start their journey to have a small passive income so that they can just fund their vacation or maybe just fund Diwali shopping or a Eid shopping or a Christmas shopping. I mean, my focus is for those people who have absolutely no idea on how the whole thing operates, okay? So why is this happening with you? Why in the world you just don't know it? Is because, see, majority part of your life you've been a consumer, right? So always you've thought of buy price. The only price you know is buy price. So you go to Flipkart, you go to Amazon, you go into retail stores, you go into shopping malls, you go into theaters, or you pay bills for eating food. All you know is, ye kitne ka hai? That's the only question you ask. Not because you want to sell this, because you want to consume it for whatever reason. You want to gift it or you do it for your family or anybody. But all you think is like a consumer. On other hand, the market is with these entrepreneurs, businessmen or business managers who constantly thinking, ye kitne mein lega? That's their focus. Will he buy at this price or not? Is that the right price or not? And they will only spend their life on that. But A businessman needs to know both. He has to think on both sides of the coin if he wants to trade in the share market. So let me give you an example. You go to a nice coffee house. These days they are mushrooming in every street in India. That 10 rupee coffee has become 200 rupee coffee. God knows why, but it's the ambience and they get to use Wi-Fi and laptops. And I don't know. Fine. So if you go there and ask to these people, why are you sitting here and sipping coffee? And if you take a summary of that answer, they're going to say it's worth it. So when they say it's worth it, means all they think is this buy price of the coffee is acceptable to them because of what they're getting in return. So all they do is continuously think like a consumer. And the person who's serving coffee and giving the invoice also says the same thing, that I don't care what the price is because the system will punch the price. So even that person only knows one side of the price, which is the selling price, and this side of the person only knows one price, which is the buying price. Same happens in your mall. If you go to D-Mart, all you do is buy. This is on discount, this is on discount, that is on discount. You forget why you even entered that mall. Why did you even enter that shopping place? You wanted to buy two things, you end up buying a big basket of 20, 30 things. All you remember is the price you paid on that invoice. That's it. And the person who's punching your order, who's preparing your parcel or the bag, only knows the system price, sales price. So look at the economy, look at the world, look at the people. They all know only one side of the coin, or they exercise only one side of the coin. There are very few percentage of people who are actually, knowing both sides of the coin. So, and that is exactly why, a little difference comes when you enter the share market, because in share market, there are multiple things you got to understand. So the first is that you give money and you get a stock, and there starts the ticking bomb. I mean, it's a mental bomb. There's no such bomb, but in your mind, it starts because when you entered the stock market, you didn't think of the buy price and the sell price and the profit and everything. You just entered. And that's where 99% people become a gambler. Because they don't know. They're speculating the price. They have no knowledge. They've not been guided. Nobody's coached them properly. I mean, half of the trainers themselves are not in the right frame of mind. They don't know what they're doing. Because a lot of people's life capital is getting spoiled. And the whole agenda for me to create this series is so that if I can save one person from making losses, I think I have achieved my objective. I'm not having a vision that 1 crore family in India should make profit. No. If 5 families can avoid losses, I think it will make a big difference, because share market works differently. You got to think like a businessman, and that's what they don't know. So what are the things you need to do in share market? You need to first know the buying price. You need to know the sale price. You need to calculate the profit that will be there on buying and selling. And then you need to know in which demat account will it come if you have multiple demat accounts, which trading account you're going to use, because where is your bank connected, and how the whole cycle will work. Now, this is too overwhelming for a beginner. He's like, do I think of a stock? Do I think of a market? Do I think of a sector? Do I think of economy? Do I think of China? Do I think of Europe? Do I think of Tata Motors? Or do I think of all this? I mean, it's too overwhelming for a beginner to focus on so many things. And then there are these videos that say minimum 5,000 income if you follow this strategy or that strategy. I mean, I'm telling you, these guys think that there is a shortcut and they think that they can become an expert. Let me tell you, all experts were once a beginner. It's possible. I'm doing this for 5 years now. It's possible. But you got to do it slowly. You don't have to get confused. You don't have to play this game of seesaw, that if there are 4 things you need to know about one share, and then there are 5 shares, so then 5 into 4, you need to know 20 things. And that's exactly the crime you're making, and then you become a gambler. So I want to explain you that don't do this. This is not the right way. There is a method to this whole madness, and I want to show you those things, right? So I've already said that what are the things you need to know. In coming videos, I'll tell you how to become an expert in those areas. Means how to become a good buyer, then how to become a good seller, how to select good stocks. But let's understand first, what is a businessman mindset? What are the things that roam in his mind when he's thinking, okay? So he's never confused between buy, sell, profit, market. No, a businessman is never confused. He knows when to buy, when to sell, where to sell, and how much profit he has to make. He's never ever confused. I mean, go down on the streets where you live and look at these small poor guys who sell anything and everything when it comes to Diwali. There are these small diyas or lamps. Then there are colors for Rangoli. There are flowers for worshipping God. They all become businessmen all of a sudden, in India. Never have you seen them, and then all of a sudden they mushroom on the street everywhere. They all become businessmen. Why? Because they know that if I buy at this price, there are people who will purchase it from them at an expensive price. So they know the buy and the sell price very well. They know the market. That's why they sit on the street. That's their market. And they know the profit they're going to get. So, just look at them. They know the events when they can achieve the buy price, they can achieve the sell price. All we have to do is apply that process the entire year. But not every time and every day. There's a time to enter, there's a time to exit. We learn all that, okay? Don't worry. So that's what I was trying to say. Time is a very, very important factor for a businessman. He has patience. He knows that day will turn into night and night will turn into day. There's always a beautiful day. If the day has gone bad, don't worry. Be positive. Today the market is down. It's going to come up again. See, end of the day, all shares have only one goal. They want to grow in their prices. All traders have only one goal. They want to make profit. So it's a very good system where everybody is actually very positive. But what people don't understand is the importance of time in share bazaar. You cannot just buy a share and say, okay, you know what? Now I want profit in next 2 hours or 1 hour or 2 days or 10 days. No. It doesn't work like that. You need to know what will give you profit in 2 hours. That is the first thing you need to know. So, what is that called? How do you achieve that? You'll just see in coming, presentation. So, if you don't apply what I just explained to you, this is how you will be. This is how everybody is in the start. Confused, desperate, frustrated. They give up, low on confidence, scared. They feel like somebody's pulling their hair out. So if you want to avoid this and you want to still make profit, then understand that there is only one answer to this. The answer is system. If you follow a system, you will definitely make profit. See, people are prone to making mistakes. Systems are not. If you go and check how does a McDonald's work or how does any store work, they have a system. As I showed you in that coffee example, they don't remember the prices. It's there in the system. A DMart guy cannot remember 20,000 products price. It's there in the system. A system never makes mistake. So we need to make a system. We need to learn the system of trading. Now, the first thing in your system is greed. So how much greed you should have? You should have a 5% greed. That's it. Means the profit that you want to initially make is 5%. But will you start achieving 5% from day one? The answer is no. You need to start at 0.5%, then 1%, then 1.5, then 2. When I started trading, I used to trade not even on percentage. I used to trade on blank numbers like 50 rupees, 100 rupees, 200 rupees. And then I realized that was not good because I was paying more taxes and earning less profit. So then I changed my game. I moved on to percentages and then I started making good profits. Have I made losses? Yes, I have also made losses. But keeping the 5% rule has always worked for me. You buy at 100, you sell it at 105, you book your 5% profit. It's awesome. Now, why it works and why I'm advising you? Because if every 30 days you can make 5% profit. Now imagine you reach this stage in 2 months, 3 months, you can easily reach this stage. You can make 5% for all the pending months of your life. I mean, 5% a month is 60% a year, guys. I mean, is it possible? Yes, definitely possible. I'm doing it. I know people who are doing it, and absolutely possible. I can write it on a white paper and give it to you that if you follow a right system, this is possible. If you have the right capital, right knowledge, it is possible. Okay. Now, then why are people not doing this? It's exactly the message. The answer is in this screen. See, while I'm showing you the screen, you're looking at this lady. You got distracted. You're looking at the word boom. But you're not looking at what I've written with right guidance. So when people enter the market, they get distracted. With all the news floating around, with all the information coming around, they get distracted. And distraction causes loss. Guidance will not give you loss. Guidance will tell you because somebody's worked the maths behind it. Okay. Now, the second or third or the most important part of a businessman's whole mindset is a checklist. Okay. He knows what he wants to buy. He knows what he's after. And in share market, it's called watch list. So watch list, the word explains, it's a watch list. It's not a trade list. A lot of people put shares in their watch list and say, okay, I have 10 shares here, I'm going to go and buy. No. I have these 10 shares in my watch list and I'm going to watch them. Why? Because I need to know if the buy time has come. And after that, I will again watch to see if the sell time has come. I mean, Zerodha has made life very easy where you can automate this whole process. You can just buy at your price and sell at your price. There's something called GTT as an option, and I only spend 15 to 20 minutes of my day doing my transactions. That's it. And whenever the price comes, it is bought. Whenever the time comes, it is sold. The 95% of my time I spend on creating a watch list. And that's the most critical part. Because if you've selected a wrong stock, you're not going to make profit. So the art of selecting the right stock can change the game. See, if you select the right product that sells, you're gonna make money, right? We all know, right? Medical store. Why are there so many medicine stores? Are people so sick and ill? No. It's a right product. It sells. It has to sell. Grocery. It has to sell. It's a right product selection. But now if you're going to come with a product called bubble cheesecake, I don't know how many people are there to eat this every day. So that's a wrong product, right? So watch list you can compare as a product list. Okay. Now, how do you create these watch lists? So first I'm going to tell you what are the fundamentals behind this. You got to do a lot of listening and reading. Now I know you're very busy. You hardly get time. But I'm sure you can spend 5 to 10 minutes a day on these areas like economic times, money control, or just watch news. I mean, just watch these stock market news channels and listen. Don't trade. Just listen. What are they saying? Because your mind is not used to share name. So, for example, If I want to trade a stock called for a company called Gujarat Gas, the share is called Guj Gas. So they both are different, right? So your mind has to start accepting that the code is different and the name of the company is different. The third thing is Gujarat Gas is into what? It's into natural gas, or is it into which kind of gas category? Is it into electrical vehicles? What is Gujarat Gas all about? So that's a third information you need to know. Fourth is what price is it trading? What price can you achieve in that in future? So when you start listening and start writing all this, you start making your watch list. That's the simplest way you can create a watch list. There are other options also. The second option is some people are very good in analysis. So they say, I don't want to listen to any of these news. I'm going to do some great stuff with numbers, charts, and I'm going to deploy some automatic scanners that if, let's say an example, if the current price is greater than last 20 days price, then I'm interested in even looking at that stock. So there's a condition, and based on that condition, that scanner, which I'll show you, will pull out all the stocks which are meeting those conditions. Same goes with fundamental analysis. So if you say that, show me all the companies that have met 200% profit in last quarter. So then you can read about only those fundamental companies and start trading on them. So that's another way to create a watch list. The third way, the most popular way, people have a lot of WhatsApp channels, Telegram channels, YouTube channels, and they keep listening to a lot of information and then they create a watch list. The fourth is meeting your friends, brokers, some knowledgeable person, and then they give you that, you know what, don't listen to this, listen to me, this is the right information. So what you do with these 4 channels of information, I mean, that's another reason why traders make a mistake or beginners make a mistake, because it's too much information now. So you got to learn to filter this information. That am I going to trade in everything that I listen? Or am I going to restrict myself to a particular sector? So for example, I enjoy IT. So if there is any information on IT, I'm the first guy to go and take interest. And I'm the last guy to trade on certain sectors which I don't like. Let's say mining or minerals. I don't like those sectors. Agriculture, I don't want to go into that. So I'm very clear that I'm going to be in IT, or maybe I want to be in banking. So then there are these sectors and rest everything is out. So I have clarity. So that's filtering of information. That makes me very selective. So if there is no trade for that day, it's okay. There is no trade. But then I'm very selective. I have filtered myself, because trust me, you can't trade everywhere, else you will lose all your capital into so many shares and you will not enjoy the game. Because if you're going to trade on 20 or 10 or 5 shares also every day, in a week you've traded on 20 shares. Imagine the kind of pressure you're going to get in your brains. So be like a leopard. Understand the difference between the rabbit and the deer. Understand that what is the hunt you're going to go for. Okay, be very selective. You don't get a rabbit. Okay, fine, you don't get a rabbit. But if you're very interested in rabbits only, then you will only hunt for rabbits, right? So in share market, we can replace this example to profits. So some people are very clear that they don't care about sectors, they don't worry about watch lists, they don't worry about discipline. All they worry about is, I want to make 5,000 a day, that's it. How I make is secondary. When I enter the market, I'll make it. That's a pure gambler. That is not the right strategy. Yes, be a leopard, hunt a deer or a rabbit. That means hunt the right stock in the right sector and make the right profit. Is it going to be every day? No, it cannot be every day. Okay, so don't have a gambler's mind, have a businessman mind, have a hunter's mind. Know what you want, be very selective, please filter the information, and watch my next video where I show you in live using websites like Economic Times, Money Control, and my scanners, how I use these, and one more site called Screener, how I use these websites and I create my watch list. So that will help you understand that how I select my watch list very carefully, and then I can make one more video on how I trade. So I hope you enjoyed understanding what is a businessman's mindset. Hope you learned something extra. This is very much for a beginner who have never traded in their life. And if you feel there is something else, some topic that you want me to make video on, please let me know in your comments. Please like it, please subscribe it and share it. Meet you soon. Good night.